I have said it before tongue-in-cheek, but this time I really get the feeling that YouTube is coming for my channel, and if they do,
I am not going down without a fight.
Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and for those of you who have been around my channel for a long time, you might know that I've been making videos on YouTube since 2014. In the beginning, I was making totally random videos. At some point, I sort of started making family vlogs. At one point, I was daily vlogging for 2 full years, and then I slowly morphed into the Vlawg, the law-themed video blog, hence vlog, and that is really when the channel started to explode. All that to say that although many of you may have only discovered me within the last year or two, I have been making videos on this platform for 6 years, and I have had my run-ins with YouTube in the past. I did notice that my run-ins with YouTube sort of started to increase in frequency when I started making law-themed videos, but I have had my run-ins with YouTube in the past. I even have an entire playlist called YouTube Chicanery. I have had YouTube delete comments from videos on my channels. I have had YouTube retroactively demonetize videos that had been up for quite a while. I have had some things that YouTube has done to my channel that could be questionable practices at best. Here are some highlights from some of those videos. Okay, so I have definitive proof that YouTube is messing with my channel. So I was thinking about suing YouTube for libel, but ain't nobody got time for that. You know, YouTube, if you are going to spontaneously demonetize a half dozen videos of a random content creator,
Maybe you could notify them when you do that?
well, for some reason, I seem to be back in YouTube's bad books. And I've got to say that although the problems I am currently having with YouTube are sort of a variation of similar problems I've had with them in the past, it feels different this time, it feels more targeted this time, and it feels like my time on this platform may be limited. First things first, just to clarify a term that I'm going to use throughout this video, when I refer to a video as demonetized, it does not mean that there are no ads running on that video. On YouTube as a platform, demonetized means that there are limited to no ads running on the video because YouTube has determined it to be not advertiser friendly. For those of you who may not know, when you are part of the YouTube Partnership Program, the YPP, when you upload a video, you can make that video monetizable, meaning that YouTube will run ads on it, and if YouTube determines that the content of that video is not advertiser friendly, they will demonetize that video, meaning they will run limited to no ads on it. Yeah, sorry, I think I forgot the most important thing about being a member of YouTube's partnership program is that if you are part of the partners program and you monetize a video and YouTube runs ads on that video, the content creator gets a percentage, a share of the ad revenue from the ads that are run on that video. And typically it's something like $1 to $10 per 1,000 views, depending on how good your CPM is, which is your cost per mil. That's basically how content creators make money on YouTube, is by monetizing their videos, and YouTube runs ads on those videos. Okay, sorry. Now, I will start off by saying I appreciate that I am biased. I don't think there is one video on my entire channel that is bona fide advertiser not friendly. I know they flag certain subjects, but there's not one video on my channel that I would qualify as not being suitable for advertisers. With that said, when I upload a video, I generally speaking make it monetizable, unless it's a live stream where I know we've used some naughty words, so I don't want to take a chance, but I make the video monetizable. If YouTube afterwards determines that that video is not monetizable, they will demonetize it or run limited to no ads on it. Where I have had issues in the past is that I would make a video public, it would be monetized for upwards of tens of thousands of views, sometimes hundreds of thousands of views, and then just like that, for no reason whatsoever, YouTube demonetizes the video without even telling me. If or when I discover that a video that had been monetized for tens and sometimes hundreds of thousands of views had been demonetized, I go back and ask for a manual review, and the vast majority of the time, the video is in fact confirmed to be monetizable after manual review. As the old expression goes, the cost of freedom is eternal vigilance. But here is when it becomes problematic. YouTube recently rolled out what they call a self-certification program, meaning that content creators would rate their own videos to ensure that they are advertiser friendly before uploading, and the idea was that the more accurately you rate your own videos based on YouTube's subsequent verification, the more quickly you could get your video monetized. We're making changes to help you earn more revenue, faster. Now you can rate your own uploads against our ad-friendly content guidelines. The more accurate your ratings are, the more we can rely on your input when deciding which ads run on your videos. This process helps helps reduce errors from our automated reviews so your videos get monetized accurately from the start and you can spend less time requesting additional reviews. Now, not like this required some form of Orwellian prophecy, but when I first saw this system, I said this is instantly going to turn into some form of social credit system where if you don't review your videos the way YouTube subsequently does, they are in fact going to penalize you for it. It was patently obvious that this was going to go from a rate your video to help you monetize faster to a rate your video so that we can penalize your channel if you rate your videos one way and YouTube rates them another. But before we get there, I have to show you the one biggest problem with this system. I got this warning sign when saying that my video was advertiser friendly. Be careful! It looks like you might have made mistakes filling out this questionnaire for several previous videos. If you fill out this questionnaire accurately each time, we can use your input when determining if your videos follow our ad-friendly content guidelines. This can help your videos monetize faster so you may earn more money and save time requesting reviews. See videos you rated incorrectly. Yes, YouTube, I want to see the previous videos I rated incorrectly, so I went and clicked on that little link to get to the videos that I allegedly rated incorrectly. Your accuracy on limited ads videos looks very low.
0%.
YouTube determined 3 of your recent videos should get limited ads. We look at either your recent 50 videos or videos self-certified in the past week to determine accuracy. Of those, you correctly rated 0%. If you think one of our ratings is wrong, request a human review. When your ratings prove to be accurate, we can use them to help decide which ads to run on your videos. Let's have a look at those videos, shall we? Articles of Impeachment November 2020. Your rating, green. YouTube rating, green. Did Lindsey Graham sug? November 17, 2020. Your rating, green. YouTube rating, green. HL Sidney Powell's, November 16, 2020. Your rating, green. YouTube rating, limited. Review type, human. HL81 was the Michigan, November 16, 2020. Your rating, green. YouTube rating, green. HL80, the Georgia recount, November 16, 2020. Your rating, green. YouTube rating, green. In fact, if we go back for the next 30 videos up until October 26, you will see that there is only one other video of the 30 videos that I rated green that YouTube rated limited. Let that sink in. Of the last 30 videos that I uploaded to YouTube that I rated as green, YouTube determined only 3 of them to be limited, and based on that, they gave me an accuracy rating of 0%, and it gets even worse.
What? No.
In giving me a YouTube social credit score of 0%, not only do they not take into account the times I got it right, they don't even take into account the times YouTube got it wrong. Notice the little icon of a human with a check mark on it. That represents times that YouTube had demonetized my video. I asked for a manual review, and they confirmed upon manual review that the video was in fact monetizable. Of the last 30 videos, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 of my last 30 videos YouTube had demonetized. I requested a manual review, and upon manual review, YouTube confirmed that they were in fact monetizable, good for ads, and I get the credit score of 0. In fact, if I go back to July alone, I have had nearly 30 videos confirmed monetizable after manual review compared to only 5 that were confirmed not monetizable after human review at YouTube. And if you can believe it, it actually gets even worse. Let's go to the first video that we were looking at that had been confirmed demonetized on manual review, the highlight from one of my live streams with Robert Barnes regarding Sidney Powell. HL82, Sidney Powell's, November 16, 2020, confirmed limited after manual review. Now, the HL82 Sidney Powell was an excerpt from my live stream with Robert Barnes of a few days earlier, and when I say an excerpt, it is a highlight. It is just a section from the live stream in its entirety, and the live stream in its entirety was in fact demonetized, but remonetized after manual review after a request from me to that effect. Just to make this abundantly clear, that is to say that the entire live stream I had done with Robert Barnes, it lasted a little over 2 hours, was initially demonetized. I asked for a manual review from YouTube. YouTube, after manual review, confirmed that the entire live stream was monetizable, was advertiser friendly. I got the confirmation email from YouTube in my Gmail email account, and after getting the confirmation from YouTube, I decided to cut some shorter highlights from that long stream and publish those, one of which was the HL82, the highlight 82 of Sidney Powell's section discussion in that live stream, confirmed monetizable by YouTube. For some reason, that highlight itself gets flagged as limited ads, so I request a manual review, expecting it to be approved, given the fact that the entire stream itself was approved after manual review, and lo and behold, that highlight is confirmed confirmed limited ads after manual review, notwithstanding the fact that the entire stream itself was confirmed monetizable after manual review. Try to make sense of that. Try to make sense of that. And because I could not make sense of that, I contacted YouTube to ask them how it is that the entire stream was confirmed green lighted after manual review, but this highlight was confirmed limited after manual review, and that's when I think I got in a little trouble at YouTube. They actually went back and re-reviewed the entire live stream that they had already reviewed and green lighted and gave it the yellow light after re-review.
What? What the f-
And as if that's not bad enough, wait until you see the email that they sent me afterwards to confirm the results of their going back and re-reviewing that which they had already reviewed. Hi there, thanks for patiently waiting while we review your videos. I received a feedback from our internal team, so please allow me to share. I'm sorry to inform you that your re-review for this video cannot be set to allow full monetization because it contains controversial. Please refer to controversial issues subsection under controversial issues and sensitive events in our advertiser-friendly guidelines for further guidance. Or you can also refer to, quote, you should turn off ads for this content subsection under sensitive issues in rate your content guidelines. Okay, so I think that's a bit ridiculous, but I can appreciate YouTube is a big machine relying on AI learning in order to rate videos, etc., but wait until you see the next paragraph. This is where it gets
Frighteningly Orwellian.
attempting to monetize advertiser-unfriendly content is an action that can result in channels' ineligibility for full monetization as mentioned here. Your channel has a significant number of uploads which are in violation of our advertiser-friendly content guidelines. We reserve the right to terminate or limit monetization privileges on any YouTube channel where repeated or egregious violations of these guidelines are identified. I know that this is not the answer you are looking for, and how I wish I had better news for you. Feel free to reply if there's anything else I can help you with. Best. Oh, I replied, but bear in mind I'm Canadian, so my reply is probably going to be
Ridiculously polite.
It's very difficult for a creator to know how to follow the rules when YouTube itself cannot apply them consistently. YouTube confirmed that video was advertiser friendly on its first. If that was YouTube's own conclusion after its first review, how am I to know any different? I always follow the rules. Even the video that was linked to, I fail to see how it violates any advertiser guidelines. Also, as per YouTube's recommendations, I made that video unlisted at first to ensure compliance. After several hours unlisted, it was monetizable, which is why I published it. Pic attached. It seems to be a recent change that any video discussing the election is demonetized, so I will be mindful of that. Thank you for your help. My channel has a significant number of uploads that violate YouTube's advertiser-friendly guidelines. I think I've had 3 in the last month. I've had maybe a dozen on a channel with almost 2,000 videos. And not only that, but even the example that the YouTube person gave me was a video that I published unlisted for several hours. It was in fact green-lighted for upwards of 100,000 views, and was only when something apparently changed in the algorithm that video was flagged and confirmed not monetizable after manual review, when I never even asked for a manual review in the first place. And now YouTube is actually going to try to use this against me to threaten to remove my monetization privileges from YouTube. This is Kafkaesque Orwellian.
Oh, this is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing.
I literally do everything YouTube says to do. I upload the video unlisted to see if it gets the yellow light. If it gets the yellow light, I then ask for a manual review if I feel that that video is in fact advertiser friendly, as I think pretty much everything on my channel is. If it gets the green light after several hours of being unlisted, I then publish it, and YouTube retroactively, without telling me, flicks that little yellow light on and then wants to hold it against me and threaten my channel with that. Now it is apparent actually that the self-certification has nothing to do with monetization. It has to do with YouTube being able to use it against you to shut down your channel or demonetize your channel if they don't like your channel. And in order to remain compliant with rules that really don't make any sense, that are not applied with any sort of consistency, it is necessarily going to lead to a certain amount of self-censorship where content creators are going to rate their videos as limited, even if they're not, so as to avoid getting into trouble with YouTube. That is one aspect of the sinister plot that YouTube is putting into effect, but in light of certain recent changes to the terms of service, another far more sinister and potentially deceitful practice is emerging. Content creators in the United States recently received an email from YouTube notifying them of updates in their terms of service, and the most relevant provision of those updates reads as follows. YouTube's right to monetize. YouTube has the right to monetize all content on the platform, and ads may appear on videos from channels not in the YouTube Partner Program. This doesn't even require any form of a translation. YouTube reserves the right to monetize on all content on the platform. YouTube reserves the right to monetize on videos that they have determined to be non-monetizable. YouTube reserves the right to monetize on channels that are no longer or not in the partnership program, and YouTube reserves the right to monetize on videos that content creators have chosen to be non-monetizable. Just think about what that means. If YouTube boots someone from the partnership program on the basis that they determine that channel has made multiple or egregious attempts to monetize unmonetizable content, they can nonetheless run ads on those videos when they are not in the partnership program without having to split anything with the content creator. YouTube can effectively scare content creators into not monetizing their videos so that they don't get in trouble with YouTube, and then YouTube can nonetheless run ads on those videos and not have to split any of it with the content creator. If that is not unlawful, deceitful business practices or unjust enrichment, I don't know what is, but I can tell you one thing: if any of this happens to my channel,
I'm going to go to court to find out.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the latest episode of YouTube Chicanery, and while I am firmly set on fighting if necessary, I am nonetheless protecting myself as required, and I've started a channel on Rumble under Viva Frei, so go check me out over there where you can watch our content. Everything is monetized on Rumble, and it's a great platform. Robert Barnes and I have started a page on Locals where you can go give us some support if you want and get some exclusive content. It is called vivabarneslaw.locals.com. If you like my videos, you like my content, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment in the comment section below here and on Rumble because it feeds the algorithm. If you want to support the channel, all of these support links are in the pinned comment, but more important than any of that, take care of yourselves, check in on friends and family, and make sure everyone around you is doing well during these incredibly stressful times, and now you know your vlog. Peace out.